Today we're going to be rescuing a 1966 Volkswagen Split Window bus. This bus has been sitting here ever since its owner drove it to this spot over 40 years ago. Hopefully by the end of this video we're going to have it running and driving. After we got all 4 tires installed, we hooked the bus up to a winch in order to move it diagonally so we could maneuver it between the 2 trees when we pull it out.
Hold up. Still trying to tow it.
Unfortunately, as we were making a U-turn, the bus fell over the tow dolly, so we had to figure out a way to get it back on the tow dolly while also being in the middle of the road. So we finally got the bus home. Here's some pictures of it. We had to do some work to it before we could do the first start. We hooked up power to the bus, saw the lights were on. We even tested the emergency flashers and saw that they were still working after 40 years in the woods. Here's one flash before that light died. We took the doors off just because they were mangled and wouldn't shut properly. Here's me putting the engine back in. Had to use an air hammer to get the rear brake drums off so we can install the new parking brake cables and have some form of brake. Here's us cutting out the floor, what was left of it, so we can make way for the new floor. We also had to install a new bracket for the parking brake and gear selector. You can see the old one versus the new one there. Here's the new one installed and everything in. We also had to pull off the steering wheel because we were looking to replace the floor and need to take the steering column out. The steering wheel is really difficult to take off, so we just ended up using a wheel bearing puller from Amazon, and it did it really easy. Here's our first start attempt. We had no carburetor, so we just were spraying carb cleaner into the intake. First start attempt was successful. After that, we added a temporary fuel source and a carburetor and got it to sit and idle. So that's where we're at now on the bus. Although we still have a long way to go, at least now it runs and drives, and we're able to pull it in the garage to work on, which makes everything much easier.